Some confessions are born out of guilt, others out of something deeper, something that doesn't need proof, only belief. A small interrogation room, metal chair, white walls stained with time. The man sits there, hands folded, eyes hollow. His name is Peter Hall, a mechanic from the edges of a dying town called Ashfield. He confessed at 3:17 a.m. No lawyer, no hesitation, only 4 words. I killed her. I did. The officer writing it down didn't even look up. To them, it was just another box checked. But later, when the evidence came in, they'd realized nothing about Peter Hall made sense. Ashfield used to breathe smoke. Factories hummed. Steel mills roared. Now it's a skeleton of itself. Gray air. Clothes shops. Forgotten people. Peter worked at Westman Auto, a rusted garage that smelled of oil and old apologies. He was quiet, polite, invisible. The kind of man people forget until something breaks. That's the kind of man who confesses to things he didn't do because he's used to fixing everything, even what isn't his fault. The victim's name was Anna Reese, a teacher, 28, found in her apartment, strangled, the word sorry carved into the wall beside her bed. The town gasped, not because of her death. Ashfield had seen worse, but because of what it revealed. Everyone had secrets, and Peter's confession cracked the surface of them all. No fingerprints, no DNA, no motive. Peter had never met her, no connection, no shared history. And yet, when the officers asked why, he simply said, "Because I remember it." Those words echoed down the hallways of Ashfield PD. Cold, clear, unshakable. There are kinds of guilt that don't belong to us. They're planted, grown in silence, fed by shame we can't explain. Peter wasn't insane. He wasn't delusional. He was convinced. Every time he closed his eyes, he saw Anna Reese, gasping, fading, forgiving. He heard her voice whispering through the static of his own mind. Memory can be rewritten, but conscience, it never stops replaying. They assigned him to a state psychologist, Dr. Lena Crow. She believed memory was a film reel, cut, spliced, re-recorded by trauma. She asked him once, "What do you remember most clearly?" He said, "The sound of her last breath, like the air leaving a confession I didn't want to make." But here's the thing. Peter Hall had an alibi. He was at work the entire night of Anna Reese's murder. On camera, time-stamped, verified. Still, he confessed. And when they released him, he came back 2 days later to confess again. In the evidence room, there's a tape, marked only with his initials PH. It's 37 minutes long. No coercion, no leading questions. Just Peter's voice, calm, certain, and broken. "She was standing by the window," he said. "The light was blue. Her hair was wet. I remember the smell of rain and soap. I remember pressing my hands to her neck." He pauses. You can hear the hum of the AC, the distant crackle of static. Then he adds, almost softly, "And I remember she forgave me." But the apartment had no window, no sign of rain, and Anna Reese had short hair. 2 weeks later, Dr. Crow finds something. An old photo from a missing persons case. A woman, long dark hair, found dead in a motel 15 years ago, before Peter even moved to Ashfield. Her name, Margaret Lane. She looked exactly like the woman Peter described. Peter's dreams begin changing. He doesn't see Anna anymore. He sees Margaret, the woman from before. The walls of his small apartment hum like engines. Oil stains on the floor look like faces. And every night at 3:17 a.m., the same whisper curls through the static. "Do you remember now?" Dr. Crow replays the tapes frame by frame. There, In the reflection of the interrogation mirror, a flicker, a silhouette standing behind Peter. Not human, not whole. When she isolates the frame, the audio distorts, and Peter's voice changes slightly, as if two people are speaking the same confession. I killed her. I was made to remember it. Some disappearances are easy to explain. Keys left on the table, a door left ajar, but others dissolve between one breath and the next. The next morning, Peter Hall had vanished, and yet his absence felt heavier than his presence ever did. Ashfield Correctional Unit, 4:12 a.m. The guards found his bed cold, the sheets smooth, as if no one had ever slept there. Only the tape remained, still spinning, even though no power ran to the recorder. Inside that faint mechanical hum was the whisper of a woman, repeating, slower this time, "Tell them it wasn't him." Dr. Crow rewound it again and again, but each time the voice grew fainter, as if it was receding into the memory itself. Her desk was a mosaic of case files. She'd seen trauma, guilt, delusion, but this one felt different. The deeper she read into Peter's file, the more things didn't align. Records overwritten, dates mismatched, a note in the margin of his intake form, transferred from Section 9. But Ashfield had no Section 9. It was crossed out years ago, condemned, sealed, forgotten. The old wing of the hospital looked abandoned, but the air inside still carried the weight of memory. Dust fell like slow snow, rooms lined with flickering bulbs, each door marked by a number that didn't belong. Room 317, the same hour Peter confessed. Inside, a single reel-to-reel tape recorder, still humming faintly though disconnected from any source. Its label read, Margaret Lane 2004. She pressed play. Faint static, then breathing. He doesn't know yet, but he will when he remembers what was taken. The voice, unmistakably, was Peter's, but the date on the tape was 15 years before his birth. Sound became unreliable. The hum in her office turned into whispers. Every reflection showed something a fraction too late, as if the world itself was a lagging memory. Dr. Crow began to dream of Peter's cell, walls pulsing faintly, the tape unspooling endlessly, threads of magnetic film crawling like veins across the floor. Each morning she'd wake up to a new phrase scrawled on her desk in her own handwriting. He remembers you. But she couldn't recall ever writing it. When she returned to Section 9, Room 317 was gone. In its place, a wall of mirrors, all reflecting her from slightly different angles. Each version of herself seemed to be whispering. The closer she leaned, the more they began to synchronize into a single voice. Peter's again. You wrote the memory. You made me remember it. Her breath fogged the mirror, and through it, faintly, she saw Anna Reese, and behind her, Margaret Lane, and behind them both, herself, watching from another time. The police reopened the file, though officially, Peter Hall no longer existed in any database. His birth certificate gone, tax records erased, like someone or something was tidying up the timeline. But the town wasn't quiet. People started hearing things. A man's voice on old radios, repeating fragments of confession. It wasn't me. It was a memory. Each broadcast at 3:17 a.m. No channel, no signal origin, just static in that same voice. Dr. Crow mapped it all. Each time the voice played, she marked it on the map of Ashfield. The points connected into a spiral, centered on one address. Westman Auto, Peter's old garage. She returned there at night. Rain misted across the crack sign. Inside, the air buzzed with electricity. Tools hung untouched. A faint projection flickered across the wall. Peter, sitting in the interrogation chair again, but speaking to no one visible. They built memories here, repaired them, replaced the ones that broke. Behind him, the faint silhouette of a machine, something metallic, looping light like film over its frame, half computer, half archive, the memory engine. It pulsed like a living heart. Each rhythm played back a moment from someone's past, a child laughing, a mother crying, a man confessing to something he never did. The air smelled of burnt tape and ozone. Dr. Crow approached. Her hand trembled. The machine reacted, scanning her face, then playing a sound only she could hear. "Welcome back, Dr. Crow." And suddenly she remembered Peter wasn't her patient. He was her subject. She had built the experiment to test if guilt could be transferred, if memory could be implanted, and it had worked too well. Lights burst. The engine screamed like a living thing. Every reel unwound at once. Thousands of voices overlapping, crying, confessing, pleading. "I didn't do it. I remember. Forgive me. Who am I?" The walls shook, mirrors cracked, and through the noise, she heard one steady whisper. "You wanted to know if memory could feel guilt. Now you do." Ashfield's power grid failed that night. Every recording device, police, hospital, private, captured the same final line before cutting to static. "We are what we remember." The next morning, the town woke to silence. No one remembered Peter Hall, not his co-workers, not the officers, not Dr. Crow's colleagues. Her name had been removed from every registry. Her office, empty. Only one thing remained on her desk, a cassette labeled in her own handwriting. Part 2. Some machines are built to record, others to remember. But this one, the one hidden beneath Ashfield, was built to rewrite. The memory engine was never supposed to exist, and yet it was waiting for her. The air vibrates with a low mechanical rhythm, like something breathing through static. Dr. Crow stands frozen in the dark, surrounded by rows of blinking reels. Each reel spins independently, not to capture sound, but to reshape it. She watches fragments of people flicker in the glass. Children, strangers, victims, lovers, each a moment stolen from another life. And then she hears it, her own voice on one of the reels, recorded long before she remembers ever being there. Initiating trial sequence 12A. Subject, Hall Peter. Objective, transference of induced guilt memory. Her breath catches. Her voice continues, clinical, detached, merciless. If the experiment succeeds, he will confess. Later that night, she drags the old recorder to her apartment, still trying to convince herself it's not real, that the voice could have been forged, manipulated. But the dreams return. The cell door creaks. The tape unspools endlessly. Each night, she wakes to hear voices coming from her walls, recordings she never made. "You erased us. You built the memory. Now remember it." Her reflection stares back, mouth moving half a second behind her thoughts. At the Ashfield archives, she requests security footage from the night Peter was first interrogated. The clerk looks at her blankly. "There's no Peter Hall here, ma'am." Never was. But when she insists, he finds one old VHS, labeled only visitor tape, room 317. She plays it on an old monitor. Static clears. Peter sits across from someone, not her, not any officer. The figure's face is blurred, but the silhouette matches hers. Then, the figure leans forward and whispers, "You didn't kill anyone, Peter. You just remembered wrong." Peter starts to cry, and the blurred woman says, "Good. That means it worked." Dr. Crow returns to Ashfield the next morning. The director's office door is already open. 5 men sit around the table, government insignia on their folders, her personnel file open between them, redacted, sectioned. Dr. Crow, you were instructed to terminate Project Lamentation 3 years ago. You built it, one of them says quietly, and then you erase your own memory of it. Why would I? Because it worked. He slides a photo across the table. It's her, standing next to Peter Hall. But both are smiling, and both are wearing lab coats. That night, she listens to every tape she's ever recorded. On the 18th one, a detail stands out. Each confession, each voice, each sob ends on the exact same word. Remember, she overlays the waveforms on her laptop. Together, they form a rhythm like coordinates, longitude, latitude. The pattern leads to the outskirts of town, the forest beyond the river. Fog drifts low and heavy. Beneath it, she finds what looks like a buried signal tower, wires trailing into ground. The memory engine was only one part of the system. This was the transmitter. She brushes away dirt from a metal plaque. Department of Cognitive Forensics, Neural Resonance Array. Then a voice from behind her. You weren't supposed to find this. She turns. It's the clerk from the archives. But his eyes are hollow, flickering faintly like light behind static. They build us to remember their mistakes. His voice glitches. But you forgot to erase yours. The ground beneath them hums. Electric pulses rise through the soil. Every device nearby activates. Radios, phones, even a recorder. They all whisper in unison. Confess again. She runs back toward the hospital. Every corridor hums with overlapping confessions. Voices from people long gone, echoing through the speakers. One of them, distinctly, is her own. I confess, I'm made him believe it. I thought I could delete the guilt afterward. She stops the tape, freezes. Her hands are shaking. The reflection in the window isn't mimicking her anymore. It's speaking separately. You didn't create Peter Hall, Lena. You became him. The memory engine activates by itself. Lights flicker. Cables crawl like veins across the floor. A projection forms. Peter Hall, confessing again in that same small room. But this time, the camera pans slowly, revealing Lena Crow on the other side of the glass, mirroring every word, every motion. It wasn't a confession. It was synchronization. The experiment wasn't to transfer guilt. It was to merge consciousness. Peter's mind had been a vessel, and hers the key. Reality begins to distort. She hears herself speaking through the speakers, but the room is empty. We remember what we build, and we build what we fear. The building flickers, metal walls turning to white hospital tile, then to interrogation glass, then to fog. The world folds on itself, as if memories are rearranging the timeline in real time. She falls to her knees. A hand reaches through the haze. Peter's hand, pulling her upward. You wanted to know what happened to me. Yes. Then stop trying to wake up. The power grid dies again. But in the darkness, the reels continue spinning. On their own, each one unspools a different face, a different confession, a different life, all leading to the same phrase, written across the machine in red marker. We're the experiment. When the lights come back, Dr. Crow is gone. Only her voice remains, recorded on a single tape dated tomorrow. If anyone finds this, I finally know who Peter Hall was. Static rises, swallowing the words. He was me. This is just the beginning. Stay tuned for episode 2 and watch the unraveling of memory itself. And discover what happens when confession becomes creation.